Hey guys, just wanted to give you a heads up before we get started on today's video that I noticed a few small recording issues as I was going through. Hopefully you guys won't see too much in the finished product, but just in case you do, I did make some updates to my recording settings, and hopefully that should be fixed up in future episodes of the series. So look forward to that, but just in case you see anything wacky, you know why. Thanks. Hey guys, Doyle again. Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, where today I'm going to dive into something that I definitely said I was going to do, and it's taken me a little while to get to it, and that is see if we can do some quick, fast laddering on the Master Duel ranked ladder using the new cards, the new Sprite set that came out. As you can see, and please don't make fun of me in the comments, I actually didn't have a chance to play much last season, so rather than dropping down to, I think, gold or bronze, it's actually put me all the way back down to rookie, so these should be some pretty quick wins, I'm hoping today. So I'm just gonna go ahead, queue up our sprite list that we put together with our pack pulls, and quickly jump into some hopefully very fast laddering on Master Duel. So let's go ahead and jump into it with game number one. Okay, good start. Won the dice roll. That's a great place to be. Alrighty, this should get us there. Let's see what we're up against here. We're going to lead with Swap Frog, I think. Use effect. We'll dump our Ronin Totem. And then we're off to the races here. I'm actually going to start out with red, just so we're already have that special, or excuse me, that monster effect negation in place, just in case, and then we'll go off to the races with our Sprite stuff. So blue effect, search jet, and you guys are probably going to be seeing a lot of this combo. Basically, that's the whole main line in this deck is blue into jet into some kind of search. Since we're going first, I could extend into the, this is a bit of a choice here, I could extend into the spell trap negate here, or I could go with smashers. I think I'll grab smashers just so we have some removal for our opponent's turn. Okay, and let's get into some of our other stuff here. So we do still have elf access, so let's go into Swap Frog. We'll use Swap Frog and Jet. And we'll actually make the elf here so its zones protect our red from targeting. What do we have for the... Oh, we can bring back Ronin Totem right away. Not going to do that. I'm just going to bring back our Swap Frog. Defense. Its effect, and we'll send the other Swap Frog from deck to grave. Whoops, don't want to ash our own card. That wouldn't be good. And then now we get our free Ronin Totem. Banish that Swap Frog to bring it back. And then we'll make our Gigantic. And we'll get our last member of the Sprite crew. Love the animation on Gigantic Sprite. Very, very cool. We'll activate the effect, and we'll detach our Ronin Totem for sure. And we will special summon our last missing piece of the team, Sprite Carrot. So we've got Gigantic, Carrot, Blue, and I think to wrap things up, I'll just make, are we actually, I need to actually look at our list here. Okay, we didn't put in Avramax, but having a unicorn spin on our opponent's turn might be pretty nice. So let's go ahead and just turn our Sprite Blue and our Gigantic into an IP, so we have a little bit more interaction for our opponent. So we got 2 hand traps, 2 negates, a monster reborn. Oh, and actually we can immediately get back an extra monster to have just as fodder for one of our negations as well, or as an extra material for our IP. So this is a pretty good start. This is probably about as strong of a start as you can get for this deck. So let's see what our opponent has for us. good luck to Capybara103. Shoutouts to you in the chat, or shoutouts to you in the the comments if you're watching. Oh, so we're up against 6 samurais. Interesting. So this Xian's Dojo is only really good in combination with other cards, so I'm just going to let that one go through. Seems fine. Okay, now we're getting into the field spell, so whatever we summon here is probably going to be quite big. Let's see what we can get. If they open Gateway, that's the... Okay, Raigeki, here we go. So that's one we will, unfortunately, be forced to negate. So let's go ahead and get rid of our Ronin Totem for our carrot. And that should be the end of that. Hopefully they didn't open multiple negation or multiple board removal tools. We'll see. It's always a bit of a concern when you're in these types of matches. You never know quite what you're up against. They're thinking about it. I do think this is if they didn't open the right combination of 6 samurai monsters, they are going to be in trouble here. They've got a great setup. Here we go. So first monster is Zanji. So this one will, if this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another 6 samurai monster you control instead. So I think this may be a little bit preemptive, but I'm going to activate IP, and we're actually going to chain the Sprite Elf here. And okay, so I haven't played this deck in a while, and I realize I probably shouldn't have done that immediately because I'm missing out on a free search here. So I'm learning. It's a learning process for everybody here, but that's okay. So we're going to use Elf. We're going to get back our Toad, and then we're going to use IP, and we're going to link IP off with the Ronin Totem, and we're just going to make Unicorn and discard a card to spin that Zanji back to the deck. This should be enough. I'm still not super concerned at this point. Now, I am going to discard Nibiru. They've only summoned once. They have 2 cards left in hand. I'm not super worried at this point of them summoning 5 times. I'd rather have just a generic tool for negation like Ash in hand. And we do still have our monster effect negate and our banish. So... still feeling okay. Let's see what else they have for us. I get the feeling that they committed to their normal summon there with the Zanji, that was the end of their turn, and I was right. So, should be able to pretty easily clean this one up, and we even drew a Jet for turn. That should be just about everything. So let's go ahead and special summon Jet. Activate the effect. We'll get Starter from deck to hand, and we'll activate Starter, and we'll get Blue from deck, and Blue's effect will activate. We'll just get I guess another Jet for next turn if it happens, which probably won't be. Actually, let's get Pixies. This one's kind of funny. This is the attack booster. I believe we actually do have lethal on board here. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. Oh, we actually don't. Okay, let's just go ahead and make Gigantic here. That should give us plenty of extra damage using Elf. A little bit of a waste of a resource. That's okay. This should be plenty. So it boosts up to double its attack, and actually we'll even get one more free body from the deck here. Attach our Jet, and we'll get let's see, who's funny? Maxi for game? No. Who's the most attack? Probably just another Jet. Yeah. Try to quickly wrap this up so our opponent does. Oh, I see I've made a terrible mistake. Well, I don't actually think this is lethal, now that I'm looking at this, but let's try for it. If it's not, it's close. Hopefully I'm not messing this up too bad here. Math is exact lethal. It was exact lethal. Our opponent just finished doing the math themselves, I think. GG's Capybara 103. Thank you for the patience and the win. And just like that, we rank up. So the early tiers. Oh, we get 300 gems for that rank up. Okay, three free packs. That's pretty nice, and a little more over the top. Okay, and yeah, I was just gonna say that in the rookie tier, you actually only need one duel to rank up on each of the levels. So, thankfully, pretty quick. So let's go ahead and jump in to our next duel, and we might be up against Dragon Maids, but that's okay because we're still going first, and going first is the name of the game in this deck. So. Really easy to get off to the races and get what we need to do. Ooh, I love the duel field right away. A fellow duel enthusiast, fellow legendary collection enthusiast. So perfect. Well, let's start with starter and see where it goes from there. Our opponent does not have interaction for us, so we should be pretty well off to the races here. Jet. Now, the one potential issue with all of this is we're actually not going to be able to get into red, so we won't have a monster effect negate. There is a bit of a potential issue there. Let's see what makes the most sense at this point. I think if we go into... Why don't we go into Gigantic immediately? And we'll see if our opponent has any interaction for us. Now will be the time, but assuming they don't, we should be set to go after this play, because Gigantic will stop them from using cards like Nibiru on us. So let's detach that, and it seems like we're good. So on that note, now that I know I'm not going to be worried about Nibiru anymore, let's go ahead and go for the Swap Frog line and get our extra monster potential in the graveyard here. So let's see. We'll also just special summon Carrot at this point. This is just our spell trap negate. Seems pretty decent to have at this point. Now what's funny is I actually haven't committed to my normal summon yet. So I think I'm actually going to do that. Normally I wouldn't, but... this is basically just going to give us one more free frog monster in the graveyard. So that's pretty nice. And we'll have something for our Ronin Totem to use. On that note, however, let's make our elf. And we're now protecting our Carrot. And we get all kinds of resources to use in the graveyard now. We get our Ronin Totem, and we already have 2 Swap Frogs in the grave. We'll get this face up. And then we'll actually bring back another. Why not? And then we'll get the last one in the graveyard as well. Okay, from deck to grave. Very good. And this gives us more Link 2 fodder. So at this point, we can make IP to have a play line there. We can also special summon Pixies and potentially have an additional monster over the top of that, which would be pretty cool. Let's actually do that. Because now we should be able to make, let's see here, we can make Dark, we can make IP, Onibimaru, Centauria. We could do a lot of things. Yeah, we can put up a monster that's can't be destroyed by battle, so that's pretty interesting. This isn't a quick effect, sadly. Yeah, let's do that just for fun. Oh, actually, let's not. We need the Ronin Totem to go to graveyard, so let's. Oh wait, hold on a minute. I just realized what's great about this play line. Okay, I have a really funny idea for us this game. Assuming we're allowed to play through till our opponent's turn here, we're gonna make Appaloosa on our opponent's turn. That would be really funny. Okay, so this is it. So it doesn't look like much now, but what we're gonna do, so we're gonna pass it over to our opponent. We're actually going to toggle on, so anything they do, we get a response for. Ooh, what is this? Monarch stuff. Add a Monarch spell trap from deck to hand. So I'm actually going to... Oh, I could negate that as a spell trap. I'm going to keep my spell trap negate. I'm actually just going to use the Ash Blossom to stop this one. They don't appear to have anything. So why don't we use our elf right now? And we'll go ahead and get back our blue. So we'll negate that. And then on resolution, we'll get a free search off of blue. And we'll get, I know, I'll get Jet. I know you should always get Jet, but I would have liked to have grabbed red there for next turn. But it's the same thing. Now, here's the question. Would we like to immediately make Appaloosa? I think that's probably a good idea, and we'll leave some of the materials on the field here. So we'll go 1, 2, yep, and we'll treat that as 2 and 3. And we'll make a 3-material Appaloosa protected by Sprite Elf, which is really nice. And also protected by IP, so it can't be destroyed by card effects, and it can't be targeted by card effects. That's quite good. That's very good. Let's see what they have for us. Okay, so we are activating. This is the field spell. Well, you have no cards in your extra deck, and you only play or control. Your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. If you tribute some monster, once per turn, you can reduce the... Okay. In your hand. Ooh, so they can make some of their monsters easier to summon. The problem is I'm not... Individually, I'm not worried about this card. This card doesn't really do anything for them immediately. If they happen to have its effect to use... Okay, here we go. So what do we have here? So Storm Forth. Once per turn, if you would tribute a monster. So this one we're going to stop. That one's pretty problematic for us. We don't want our opponent tributing our monsters. That would be very bad. That's kind of Monarch's whole thing, is they need to tribute. So hopefully they don't have multiple copies of that in hand. That would be pretty bad for us. I do think we can probably win, even if the... Oh, and that's the end of the turn. They didn't have any monsters to summon. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll pass to our turn. And we should be able to clean this one up, I think. Gamma, not very useful in this situation, but that's okay. So let's see here. What do we have in grave? So we can get our Ronin Tone back. Let's special summon the Jet, and let's... what I'd really like to do in this game state, and I guess the thing that I'm kind of most scared of at this point, is accidentally walking into some kind of monster effect that they may have. So this is normally the part where you should summon blue, and certainly you always should from a resource standpoint, but I really want to get red on the field so we have a monster negate and we don't potentially lose right there. That would be pretty bad. So let's see here. So we got, on the field we have 25 and 24, so 49, 59, 63, 73. So we don't have lethal yet, but if we can get 700 damage from grave, which I think... Oh, we'll even get our blue back. That's lethal on board, and we'll get our search, and we should be able to just go to the battle phase here. Get our Jet for next turn if we end up making it there. And that should be it. Quickly go through this. Any responses? Any against 4 monster effect negates and a spell trap negate and a banish? I don't know what our opponent might have for us at this point, but I think we probably have everything cleaned up here. And that we do. Awesome. Okay, so that I felt a little bit better about that play line. Definitely, definitely a little more confident. Got a lot better resources to work with there. I think that was good resource management, also good holding of our resources for the right thing. But on that note, we have ranked up to bronze tier 5. So thank you for our rookie matches. Nice quick ones. Hopefully we can do just as well moving into our bronze games and another 200 gems for us. So 500 gems. If you're someone watching and wondering if Master Duel's for you, just so you know, just doing these 2 basic duels to get out of sort of your beginner ranks gets you 5 full packs of cards, or if you want to think about it a different way, half of a 10 pull, which in this game gets you potentially a guaranteed high rarity card if you don't get one so often. So definitely good for bulk card drawing. But on that note, let's go ahead and get our final rewards and jump back into our next duel on season 15 for the bronze tier 5. So what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more awesome content like this. See you guys in the next video.